offices in London for Riot Games. So they're holding me hostage in the Riot offices all weekend. And I only suspect to get this out before they find out I'm here, so listen up. Follow @Riot Pendragon and @Riot Tamar for some awesome stuff coming up. Look out for chances.
Yes, indeed. Viking Tryndamere being held hostage in the offices made sure. I remember that take at the end where he's, "What are you doing?" He's okay. Now I'm gonna say action. Count to 5 in your head. Turn around. Look angry. And I was like, okay, I got this. What do you do? 1, 2. What are you doing? It's like, yes, perfect, great.
Never a dull moment in the Riot office.
No, dude.
Never
Riot
a dull
office is
moment.
so fun. We do so many.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So, glorious stuff there. Pretty excited about all that. Season 1 championships. Oh man. We're here at the Season 1 Championships. Do or die game. Oh, man.
Final.
Fnatic AAA.
Fnatic and AAA. Yes, it seems that AAA does have the power and motivation to pull themselves out of the lower bracket here. They are now equal with Fnatic, who has made their way with flying colors all the way through the winner's bracket. They've been able to stay there on top. That's great momentum. That's great mentality to come into a game with, motivation to keep doing well. And, you know, the targeted bans on Shuche, it seems that their next picks either was not just a good team composition or they don't really feel comfortable as they would in a championship game playing those characters that they had on the back burner.
And I think Shuche put on a great performance there. PK actually uncharacteristically 0-5. We see him crush games with Malzahar very, very often. But he simply it seemed like he wasn't up to form this game as much as he wanted to be. He just simply wasn't quite putting up the damage that we expect to see from him. He was getting ganked a little bit more than it was normal, and it was so as with that teleport Aurelia for a lot of it, certainly. Players are going to discuss strategies and such, of course. I wouldn't be surprised to see a first pick Jarvan, because it seems like they really like that anti-jungle strategy, and a first pick Jarvan could work for that. Yeah,
it really could. It would definitely be something, obviously, going to have to focus. So we're going to have to see if they will focus again Shuche's mains.
Yeah. And a quick update for the stream numbers. We are back above 200,000. It was, you know, a school day or a work day for a lot of you out there. Yeah. You know, it's pretty easy to stay up through a Sunday morning or a Tuesday morning, but when you've actually got things to go do on a weekday, you know.
You cancel them.
Yeah. Well, some do, of course. We did hold, you know, steady over 150 for most of the day. But we're back up 200,000 and above for the final day. For the final match, and you know, we're glad to have all of you here online, all of you here in person, of course. So glorious. There's almost no one left in the convention hall, left and right. It's just like it's the row of chairs in front of us, and us up here, and the players in the tournament area, and it's all come down to this. And it's such a good match. That was, you know, it was a little bit of back and forth. Fnatic did put out some good effort there. Mm-hmm. You know, it was weird because I was like thinking about the game, and I was like, I really want AAA to win to bring in game 2, and then it was like, wow, Fnatic just does a crushing fight, and we saw that every single time. It was like AAA would start winning that game 2, and then they would slip and they would lose it. You know, it would be one team fight after the other. It would kind of go back and forth, but Fnatic would pull it out in the end. For the first time since day 1, Fnatic has finally lost a map, and it was close.
It was very close. You know, in the beginning they were able to take it, and then the instant turret control, they were able to get 1 turret, 2 turrets, and then 3 turrets within a matter of 3 to 5 minutes. That's 450 gold that your team now has to spend on whatever they want. Obviously, the creep score immense on the side of Against All Authority, which just adds on to whatever they needed. That really got them the items, the Ashe Infinity Edge and Phantom Dancer right away. You know, Kuja still holding on to those wards for ward control and always having his oracles, as we did see. I believe it was Melisande that lost his quite early, and that's 400. You're going to be out.
Yeah, that really did help them out a lot early on. Melisande did take a lot of death that he didn't need to, but it really pushed them ahead because he could not buy as many wards, could not get as tanky, and he blew up a lot in those fights. When there's enough crowd control to actually lock up that support, that's brutal. And you know, one of the things about having a Janna is that you can flash in, then ult, and you can kind of reset that fight. You can maybe get yourself back. If they don't stun you, you can walk back and use the movement speed from your W and your passive to be okay. But in this situation, whether he flashed in or not, he ended up getting stunned and killed right after that started. He had one of the most deaths on his team. And normally when you see those support players and they play it right and they play perfectly and they're on the winning team, they have the least deaths in their team. That they never let themselves get killed. They're the kings of positioning. And it didn't happen this time for Melisande. That was super unfortunate.
aAA discussing what they want to do for the next game against All Authority. We just saw Fnatic doing the same thing as they're, really wondering where did we go wrong in that matchup. There was a pretty regular team composition for against All Authority, but the way that they commenced into their fights, the initiations, the way they went about it, the way they were able to split up Fnatic in those fights really gave them the upper hand. And we jump into the next game here as we get ready. Fnatic does have 4 in, and against All Authority still, as you can see, discussing that win, what they should keep doing, and obviously picks and bans going through their heads.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think the strats are strong. I think they're going to use the same. I think they might go for the same ban strategy.
Yeah, definitely. You don't want to give Xuche the upper hand, and they did a great job at focusing Xuche right off the back. Brand went down. They were able to grab the blue buff that he had. That was not a good thing for him to have. We saw early game that Fnatic tried to switch up the lanes and play a little bit of a mind game, and against All Authority just took to that and was like, no, it's Malzahar and Nivea. We're going to send a Malzahar top. All right, we'll send our Nivea top, and we're going to put Aurelia back against Brand, and that was really effective for him because Brand just he could do a lot of damage to Aurelia, but she's just so easily able to gain her health back and really negate the ablaze and damage that Brand was doing, and they did a really good job at focusing on defending the strategy and the mind game that Fnatic was trying to play.
Yeah, and it worked out so well for them. AAA now actually filtering all into the game. Fnatic in as well, so we have the 5 on each side. We could go into Champions
League. Ready for picks and bans
fairly soon. We're going to figure out what's going on with that in the very, very near future. But, I'm not sure. I think Ash, every single time it's been Ash that's won these games, I feel.
Like your Eskimo said, the arrows are making the games.
Yep. And we are in a picks and bans with AAA being first pick, first ban. I don't think Fnatic can afford to go for a jungle ban strat because I think Ash is the deserved first pick here.
There it is.
The Alistar ban,
Focus
I think AAA is happy with what they're doing.
Right.
Fnatic going to ban out Rumble. A lot of it's going to be the same, but I think, Alistar, Gragas. So Fnatic already cannot ban out the jungler, so there's the Rumble ban. I'm thinking Ash and Anivia, actually. I think, they're still going to do the Nunu. I question that. I really think Ash is the champion to beat right now. And with that Nunu ban in there, it could be harsh.
Right, yeah, they easily could, but, Vayne can be picked right after that. But as we said, the utility that Ash brings to the game, that slow, we saw it come out a lot in the game and really facilitate a lot more kills in a fight that people would have gotten away if they did not have him as well. Vayne, the facilitator of the chase down as well, but that leaves her alone by herself, and they will ban Anivia. They do not want Fnatic to get Anivia. They did have him last time on MoMA, and we'll have to see what they can do with this as a Mumu goes down again, and there it is. Again, they take the tanky jungle, and it's going to be very effective.
Yeah,
Lamia going back for the Ashe as they do not want AAA to get that once again.
Yeah, and it seems like the stab for that one champion that's strong but not super impactful. Like Malzahar, could be arguably the best mage. Sure, he does a lot of damage, but he's not like I have Malzahar, I changed the game. Like, he's strong, but I don't think he's a first pick type champion. Jarvan the same way. I understand him for the counter strat, but with Warwick still in there, basically, like you're not cornering junglers that much.
Right.
You're not really checkmating your opponent. Certainly with ban strategies you can checkmate. If you're the first pick, you can checkmate a strong support, a strong carry, a strong mage and whatnot. Ooh, and they're actually going to grab Karthus for PK, so we're actually already going to see a large number of different picks right here. And with all the mages still in play, they're just going to go, I guess with Anivia out of play, they're going to go for that Karthus. And, Anivia is a counter to Karthus. That in one of the post-game interviews, they're talking about, my goal is to run in there, turn on my E, and die as Karthus. But, Anivia and Gragas and all and Janna, they forced me back. They forced me into these bad situations where I couldn't use it the same way. They separated us out. But now with Anivia gone, they're like, no. Karthus is the right pick for us. And Ashe, I cannot question it at all. Ashe, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. And one thing I'd like to really point out is, how I said before that when they switched up the lanes, it was great putting Anivia against Malzahar because Malzahar's fine. Initial focus is that if somebody's at 75 or 50% health, he can quickly null zone and throw the ult on with Malefic Visions and do so much damage. But that would only put Anivia to egg and simply be able to get away after that as Malzahar waits for his cooldown. So that's a really, really good counter lane right there because, Malzahar works and gets most of his kills in mid lane by just throwing that spell combo out, and it would just be a waste on Anivia, and it would probably be, the operation for a gank setup for against All Authority on that. Yeah,
absolutely. And one of the other big things is that, his poke range is really long, but his actual engagement range on Malzahar is not that big, such that Anivia can actually walk up, use RE, and get that spam done. And as soon as he has Golem buff on his Anivia, he can do that with impunity and really zone him out. Now, by that point in the game, by the 7-minute mark when the golem respawns, Malzahar's going to be closer and closer to level 9. And once you hit like 7, QE will full clear a mini-wave for you if you cast it right, especially with a Voidling out there. And again, Aurelia going to be picked up. Leonot going to grab Corki. The rest of these picks over here, Cyanide, going to be jungling with Warwick most likely. I don't think it's going to be lane wick. Sona is the support pick. So again, Janna and Sona the supports that get grabbed for the game. Ashe and Corki, the range DPS on both sides. Aurelia getting picked once more. Malzahar getting picked once more. Jarvan picked once more. A lot of these are the same champions, but we see Warwick picked instead of banned. And with Anivia out of the fray, we have Malzahar joining that one. So we're going to have one more pick in here. It could be a brand for Shushe. We're going to see what that last pick is. Otherwise, we're going to see an almost exact mirror match. Except with the picks sort of pushed around a little bit, and it is brand, so the same basically 16 champions are in the fray, with the exception of what was banned instead of Anivia last time.
You caught me off guard.
Yeah. Oh, it was. So Warwick came in. Yeah. So Warwick was played when
Warwick
Anivia
was
banned,
and now that he's not banned, yes, definitely
what
going to
was
hands of
Karthus
Cyanide.
replacing though? Because Karthus wasn't played or banned. So what is he replacing there?
PK was Malzahar.
Yeah.
I don't remember whether Momo was Anivia on that side. So we will have to
Rammus.
see in the game.
Rammus not
Rammus.
Okay.
That's right. Cyanide was forced to go Rammus. It did not work out for them. He's going to go for the initiation and suppress. That is with Warwick on Cyanide. Lamia with Ashe. Shushe again with Brand. He did have a very good game. His team not able to really work around the range of that Seer. He was usually getting people outside the range that they required. They saw that top fight really go in their favor the one time when he was able to grab Janna, as that was Kuja trying to get away in that fight. So he's really a disabler as people are trying to get away. As long as there aren't too many minions around, he's able to do a good job. And look at the amount of teleports we're running
they've got
against
two.
all authority side.
That's because of Malzahar.
Yes.
When you have Malzahar, you run teleport and you get those free ganks with that suppression. And Soaz, of course, has been running teleport all day on Aurelia. And this is going to be an exciting, very gank-heavy, very action-packed AAA team. And Fnatic, they don't have Janna. They have Karthus for the global presence, which is good, but they have Karthus Ashe. They can initiate from across the map. But, of course, with Moment and Soaz, they can initiate from across the map with Summoner Teleport. So there could be a lot of action out of nowhere all the time. And I'm calling it now. We're going to miss some kills. There's a bunch of globals here. Sorry.
Yeah, they're going to be teleporting all over, and that really gets discouraging, as your guy could disappear into the bush for a second, and he's just hanging out grabbing experience. And then he shows up on the bottom of the map, and everybody's like, Mia? Where'd that come from? And you realize that there's so many wards all over, and Kuja does such a good job of keeping at least 3 to 4 wards on him at all times, and they are really going to focus on that. We're going to see the war game of Against All Authority coming out on top of this one, so get your notebooks out, and we'll see what they have to do as they now go for game point versus Fnatic. Against All Authority and Fnatic to go head-to-head here as we jump to the splash screen. The player's about to load in, and let's get this game going, Freak.
Oh, yeah. And the funny thing about this is as soon as someone stepped into the brush, you have to be like, aAa Aurelia. Like, she stepped into the brush. Oh, God, she's not here anymore. No! That's like
so
a permanent
sorry.
Evelyn.
So sorry.
It's like this is 6th player, Evelyn, running around, ready to stun you out of nowhere, and that's going to be the entire gameplay. And that is so strong for AAA. I mean, Teleport, such an underrated summoner spell, so incredibly powerful, and it's going to make something out of nothing constantly.
This is Melisande actually having to grab that Oracle quite early again, and that's the reason. And hopefully he doesn't lose it this time. The 400 gold is quite an investment, especially for the support to use, usually getting the gold per time items. And he did have, I believe, 2 of those last time of Heart of Golds. And we'll have to see. And let's get this match started underway. Going to be your final matchup between Against All Authority and Fnatic. Here we go. Let's make some noise for these 2 teams.
Yes, indeed. Welcome back. The do or die game, the one grand final game left. AAA Against All Authority versus Fnatic. And this is the grand finals, $100,000 prize pool up for grabs, 50 grand to that top team. And this next hour means everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Means $50,000.
Yep. Wow.
And the right to be Season 1 champions. Definitely a lot of history being made here today. League of Legends Season 1 finally coming to an end. One of the biggest prize purses we see in esports. It has been done before, and we're going to do it again most likely, as this is all for the community, and we're definitely showing that esports is one of the biggest things in the world to come about here into fruition, and it just creates such a great community for everybody around. Warwick just dancing around the bush. That's one of my favorite dances. Cyanide just throwing it out there.
Santa putting out the thriller right there. Looks like aAA did not want to be part of that dance party, although, you know, Aurelia has that really glorious dance with the blade spinning around. It's really cool, but not going to get that one. Down at the bottom lane, actually, they're going to help Linak with the Golem. I don't know if they're worried about Warwick doing a counter jungle. Actually, oh, wow, for the first time, we're actually going to have an invasion here from Fnatic. They're going to smite steal one of those Wraiths, most likely. There's a spam. Lots of AoE coming in from these guys, and with W, they're going to pick down that Wraith camp. That's just going to really, really hurt Jarvan's jungle. He's going to start with these Golems, and he's going to have to deal, actually going E first, going to have to deal with not having a Wraith camp. That's going to really hurt his jungle speed.
Yeah, it is definitely going to hurt, and he actually did not use his smite, so he's going to be able to go around the jungle. Cyanide did not. No, yes, Jarvan did.
Oh, yeah.
Cyanide was able to get a few lay wastes from Karthus. He was able to get out of that one, and he probably will use the smite here on blue. It's going to be Karthus versus Aurelia in the middle. That's Soaz and XPK. Malzahar versus Brand up top. MoMA versus Shushe. And we have, again, the supports, Melisande and Lamia as the carry on Ashe, and Jarvan, Linak. Again, such an early movement by Linak to continue to do this with Jarvan.
Yeah, that's really aggressive for him. Now, the thing to realize is that these teams have switched sides. Okay, here we go. Some aggression from Linak. The knock up is good, but he whiffs it onto Lamia Zell, which means he's going to be able to get away with 300 health left. But the thing is, he is laid with Sona, and Sona can heal him up. She's got that the regeneration pendant of Fairy Charm. That's the one. Has got wards and health potion as well. Going to be pretty safe there. That 6-second cooldown on the 35-point heals. Not a lot, but it's going to add up over time. Lamia Zell will be able to get some healing as well from her auto attacks. 3% lifesteal going to add up over time. She's going to be safe here. And it's interesting because we have these Sona Ashe versus Janna Corki as before, the exact same way. And let's see what we end up doing with this. Although, again, FnaticMSI going to be the top right-hand side. They've got the red health bars this time. Purple minions and turrets, and they're in the top right. They are the winner bracket champions, but now it doesn't matter anymore. These teams have split 2 games apiece throughout this entire tournament, and this 5th game of these teams meeting is going to determine everything else, how these teams split up the rest of the money.
Yeah, the European metagame absolutely showing true and shining through here this weekend at the League of Legends Season 1 Championship. It seems that NA has a little bit to learn. They played amazing games and were able to come out very strong. Did not go down without a fight, and they were definitely contenders in the tournament. But the last blood always to be given to Fnatic and aAA on this as we see them in the finals here. A lot of damage being done up top as they just keep pushing these minions in. Not so much of the champions, but the pushing being done here by MoMA. The damage by Shushe trying to get these minions back into a position he wants to be able to farm in. And right there is really where you want to keep them. If your minions can keep it there, you have beautiful defense from your turret as well as able to attack. So you see bottom pushing quite hard as well. Jarvan is going through the jungle, continuing to farm up as see if Linak comes out for another early try for the gank. It's going to be quite tough. These lanes are quite pushed at this point in time.
Yeah, and Shushe trying to do what harass he can against MoMA at the top lane. MoMA at 22, Shushe at 21, so they're laning roughly equivalently. That Brand versus Malzahar. It looks like Warwick actually might come in for some harassment. MoMA could get caught. Clairvoyance is out. And he's going to keep moving in. Let's see if he can grab this. MoMA has been spotted.
He does land the Seer. They're going for the attack, and they will be able to take it down. Shushe picking up the first kill, and it is going to be a little bit of a change from last time. Shushe was the first one to go down, and he's going to repay that favor and be the first blood. Great job by Fnatic, and they start this game off on top.
Yeah, that's really nice right there. It's one of the few mages who actually have a stun early on in that game. Certainly Annie has that one from her passive as well, but that's really the only mage I can think of offhand who stuns early on in the game. Certainly Swain has a root, things like that, but an actual stun, those are a little bit rare, and he still has that AoE spam prowess. It's very interesting that Europe is all about Brand, and North America seems to be all about Annie. So good to see how those duel off over time. Of course, both fire-based mages for those who care, and we'll see how this ends up playing out. Yellow Star gonna last hit some minions right now. Gonna let those pull back towards his turret. Gonna keep him safer there, and he's gonna be doing all right for now. He's got that Doran's Blade in hand. He's gonna be pretty happy with this.
Let's see what happens here. Jumping in, we do have a lot of aggression towards Lamia here as he does not turn around to fire that volley. He is going to try to get a slow on Kujay as he continues to push on there, giving a little bit of speed to Yellow Star and helping to slow down Ashe as she tried to run away. Smart move as she turned around and used her own utility to slow down Kuja to end that. And no real damage being done down there. It looks like Jarvan wants something here. He does have that blue down. If Karthus overextends just a little bit, he will be able to walk out and do a lot of damage here. Soaz also with a flash on. Jarvan with a flash as well. That's flash and smite. And we'll have to see how he pulls this one off as XPK is staying pretty close to his lane as you usually see the mid lane kind of going up. going down, see if they can get a little bit of vision on those back 2 lanes to keep themselves safe. But it looks like Jarvan is just going to come out here. The lane presence will let XPK know that things may go down later in the game, and you better be careful of how far you push up SOAS.
Indeed. So Fnatic going to be continuing to last hit at bottom lane. Look at the gold up top. 7.4 versus 8.4. So that first blood definitely giving them quite the advantage. 900 gold up. And the aggression once more onto Ashe. Scrolling up as we see Lemmy Zealot getting down to about half health. But of course, Sona can't sustain that, and Yellowstar actually taking a lot of damage back. So, and you know, Janna is not a healer, so Yellowstar actually will push back into the base and heal as they're going to wait. Ashe is going to last hit pretty much all these minions at this turret. Actually, no, a lot of them actually getting snuck through by this turret. Going to pick up one there with volley, but that's a little bit unfortunate. Fnatic could have really used that extra gold there with Corki out of the lane. They really want Ashe to get as much farm as possible, you know, unpressured whatsoever.
Yeah, all lanes pretty much in a good laning phase at this point. After that kill, they're kind of sitting back a little bit, letting the jungles go through. A lot of wards going down in the jungle. We're going to check out Kuja's build right now, and he has set all of his down, as well as there is 2, 5, 6, 7, 8 wards on the side of Fnatic, and they're going to try to control this as much as possible at this point in time, as they did not have too much control earlier in the game, but we probably will see Kuja picking up an Oracles quite soon.
Yeah, and for what it's worth, I wanted to clear out on SOAS's build. He did max W, in fact. That is how he lanes with Aurelia, so that's what he picked up there. Shushay almost definitely maxing W. Going to check that in a sec. Looks like some aggression coming through on mid, but yeah, Shushay's build is max W. Okay, great. That's out of the way. Moving back into the lane as he's going to meet up against Malzahar a little bit right there. The minions are getting kind of low on both sides. Basically, both mages just spamming down on these guys. Top has some fighting there. Aurelia chasing PK into the turret. Looks like PK's going to be safe for now. He has that catalyst, so next time he levels up, he'll gain a nice bit of health. He's healing right now on some potions. He got another 2 in the inventory. It's going to be pretty much nice for him, but SOAS doing a pretty good job zoning him out, trying to pick up these minions, and going to do a good job there. Is level 7, and PK back up above half health, and going to use E and Q to spam these minions down. Pink spam going off on Noma. They want to go for this. Warwick could come around the side, use that ult, suppress him. Asher will whiff.
Yeah, very nice try there. Jarvan kind of could have taken that to the back of the head if he didn't really see it coming. He was able to move out of the way of that. And looks like Warwick will slowly make his way up top to see if they can get something down on SOAS. And looks like he is farming quite diligently at this point. Not really seeing him come through. Do not know if they know he has a ward in the bush. Lowering the magic resistance as you walk through the Karthus wall. Will they go for the attack as Momo comes up from middle, laying down the null zone, forcing him back. The Aurelia ultimate having great range, and they're able to push them way back to the turret. A little zone out on some of the minions right here. They won't be able to get too many last hits as they start to go and push towards the turret, slowing that down. A very nice job by Karthus. There's a lot coming out of there. Can she get a few more ultimates down? Getting stunned up there, and she took a lot of damage, but the ultimate able to heal her up a good amount. A very nice job and nice try there to get another kill and even it up at 1-1. Sao is now forced to back Moma as he takes top. Jarvan will take up mid to soak up some experience. He actually backs as well, so I think it's going to be Yellowstar to do that for Moma.
Yeah, good play overall. A lot of flashes getting used to get this out of position. Yeah. You know, Aurelia playing a little bit too aggressively. I think they ended up missing some of the coordination with Moma. He was close by in that first fight. They had to run away from him. And then he kind of looped around the rocks, and he wasn't in range again when Aurelia jumped on to that Karthus. Karthus did most of the damage by being in melee range, spamming E and Q onto Aurelia. And Moma should have been able to capitalize on that, but simply wasn't close enough to the fight. Wasn't able to do much about it. He did use teleport to get in there, but it just simply wasn't quite enough. Or at least used it recently. Sorry, I couldn't really count on the cooldown so much. It's about a quarter of the way done. Certainly used it recently. And unfortunately, it didn't really get anything out of this. AAA has not picked up a kill yet in this game, despite those teleport gank availabilities.
Flames going down in mid. He misses the Ablaze. There was a ping onto Dragon. They want to make sure they have ward control on that. We see Kuja putting one down, so that could possibly be a fight. And see where he placed that ward. He did not place it really in front of Dragon. So if they begin to go for it, the person that teleports in will not be seen right away, and that is awesome because they're going to be able to do a lot of damage coming out unseen as they think, you know, it's going to be a 2v2 fight. Now you have a 4v2 fight as they have the 2 teleports on the team.
For the next 3 minutes, they won't have to worry about Karthus doing it. Or sorry, Malzahar doing it, but SOAS coming around to, I think, place a ward down as they have all timed out in the river. She's going to check this brush, going to come on down, plant that one. There you go. Going to be fighting against Karthus some more. PK coming close by, will drop that wall down, sees that no one else coming to gank except Aurelia. The ward coverage is so strong for AAA, but they're spending all their gold on it, which is making them a bit poor, so they don't get any kills or stop any deaths with those wards. They've just spent hundreds and hundreds more gold, and it's going to be a little bit hurtful for them.
We'll see PK kind of moving around here. Looks like he will go to place his own ward. They kind of just set it right next to each other. We see that a lot, the placement of the wards being the same by both teams. It's just a really good area. It covers if they're coming out of their blue area. It covers if they're coming out of that tri-bush up top, and if they're going to go ahead and enter that top bush as well. Karthus looking to kind of hide in the bush and grab XP as he's there. And Sona going back down to help Ash Melisande to meet up with Lamia on the bottom. Jarvan continuing to move through his jungle as Warwick comes out of base, and he has red buff. Usually going to initiate right after getting that. You know, you want to put that to use, and a good amount of wards and CV being used right now to make sure there is enough room to push and enough room to be safe in anything they want to initiate on.
Yeah, now let's see. It's, you know, AAA at the bottom lane is just purely all about the farm. Nothing really major has happened in this lane. I mean, they've been the in-lane skirmishes, but Lamia Zealot continually getting regenerated by Melisande Sona. Yellow Star just getting shields going. Mass Doran's Blades really going for a sort of a aggressive build where he's got a lot of damage and durability. Can really, you know, push his weight around. Even but here comes a gank from Soaz onto XPK. Not really a gank, but a push in lane. Doing some decent damage there, getting him down to half, but PK with that Catalyst still, next level will gain a bunch of health back.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job of keeping a lane presence there up top. PK able to stay in. They're both level 10. It looks like everybody now, Sona, Melisande, just grabbing that ultimate. Kuja actually level 7, so he's had his for 1 level. 6 to 10 is the spread on the levels between Fnatic, and it looks like PK could go down. He will flash away, and Sahaw's just not having enough mana to finish that kill off. He could have had it if he had a full ult and was just able to throw all of those out. It looks like there was going to be some movement from bottom. They are going to return to the lane now as Yellow Star and Kuja kind of disappeared into the river at the top. Maybe there was a dragon going on. Nobody knows. But now that they're back down bottom, the laning phase continues normally there. Brand kind of making a move here. They do see that Jarvan is somewhat out of position. Brand's like, hey, double buff. I kind of want that. But Warwick is really in no position with Aurelia there to begin the fight. And everybody will just digress from that as they go back to their lanes. Bottom being pushed quite big. Kuja getting a level up right there, so he's now level 8. And they just keep pushing these lanes. Very passive lanes, a little bit aggressive. Still 1-0, 13 minutes into the game. 0 turrets have been taken, and there's only about 500 in gold in difference between Against All Authority and Fnatic. Fnatic being the one up 500 gold.
Yeah, and that is with the first blood credit as well, which means that as far as laning is concerned, AAA is getting themselves closer and closer to this equal mark right there. It was much farther apart a little while ago, so they're keeping up in this game so far. Malzahar is dead. Yet Brandon Warwick have kills and assists respectively, but looks like a big push coming through on mid. PK leading the way. Warwick and Brand coming right behind. Fnatic gonna maybe go for the first turret kill of the game. No one is right there to defend them just yet. We've got Aurelia coming from top. Jarvan coming from the jungle. This turret is low, but they must back off now. They've got to be afraid as they came and got pinched on from all sides. They pull that back before they get jumped on. But that damage on that turret is not going to be healed, so they're going to have a good chance at keeping that one alive. Alright, sorry, good chance at kicking that one off before too long.
Yeah, still leaving the 3v2 in mid. Salah's getting taken out a little bit with that Seer and was not able to participate in the fight. A little lay waste underneath, changes her idea. And we got a good push on bottom here. The ultimate of Sona used to save everybody, and we will see that will assist Yellow Star, or not assist Yellow Star, assist Ash being able to get out of that. Lamia saving, as well as Sona Melisande being able to get out of that situation. And a good 2v1 situation still in mid as they are beginning to go for Dragon here. There is some ward control. You can see the red dot over Kuja's head, and they are looking to make something happen here. Warwick going out. Looks like they were able to get out of that as Warwick did not really suppress with his ultimate. The Janna ult coming out. Yellow Star just staying alive, but he will go down by the hands of XPK there, as you see. And it looks like Fnatic is going to be doing a lot of damage as XPK picking up a double kill now. And Fnatic is really taking control of this fight. A third kill coming out in the hands of XPK for the triple. And we will see that Moma and Kuja are forced to back up. Kuja not with that Oracles yet, and we can see that it definitely affected them there.
Yeah, beautiful play with these guys on AAA. They mostly a lot of it was Shushay, who was in there, got the ultimate off, got ulted by Jarvan, and was like, boop, flash. Yeah. Got over the wall, survived with less than 100 health, and then, with the burst gone, PK was like, yo, dog, I'm Karthus. I have mana, I have damage output, and crushed that fight out really, really strong. Didn't even use the ultimate and still got 3 kills just with Q and E. Well, that's hitting everyone. Ash is in there for a grand total of 1 assist, but hey, the helping hand is nice. Going to actually sell out a ward to buy a new item, it seems, and that's going to be a BF story for her.
Yeah, that's a good sell, I'd say.
Yeah.
There's
Still
some
a
sells you
sword.
don't want to do, but when you get the best friend sword, it's a really good sell. So Shushe going to be going around here, possibly, most likely taking this blue. Sona's not going to really need it over the amount of damage Brand can do. And cooldowns is a very big thing. You know, having a lot of mana and cooldowns means you do more damage. Not a lot of people take that into consideration. They just think, hey, I have more cooldowns. More cooldowns means you can cast a lot faster, and in a 1v1 situation, you're going to be able to put out a lot more damage. And we're going to see Brand being able to do that now against Aurelia in mid, and it looks like Karthus will be able to do a good amount of damage, up to about 300, actually 700 damage done to that turret at this point, and they won't be able to take it down. So Siege Minion's able to take up to like 6 or 8 shots from the turret. Malzahar focusing on that one first with Malefic Visions to stop that turret from taking a good amount of damage, as everybody again back to their laning phase, and really not a lot of jungle roaming going on right now, or power in numbers. A lot of 1v1 fights. We just saw that big fight going in favor of Fnatic where they picked up 3 kills, all for XPK, and definitely not the person you want to be getting these kills. And it looks like we may have some movement towards that top lane.
Yeah, and you know, even though those fights are going so well for Fnatic, they're up 1,200 gold. 4-0 is 1,200 gold is not that massive, actually. The 4-0 is big, but the fact that it's only, you know, that much gold, less than 5% difference, or, you know, about 5% difference, that's really, really small. These teams are still almost equally stacked right now. Certainly Malzahar can start blowing people up. PK loves to play tanky with his mage. He's getting Mercury Treads on the Rod of Ages. He's going for Ryleys as well on that. Karthus loves to play tanky. He's going to take, you know, a lot of the fire there and not blow up immediately, which is going to help Shushe a lot, actually, who's playing on Brand. And uh-oh, here comes some battles over to the right-hand side. So as taking a volley to the face, I guess he'll be okay. PK and Shushe still really want to push on that top lane. They're going to go for it once more. No one is there to defend that. So it does have someone to teleport. And actually, it looks like it's going to be Moment who's going to just give that one away.
A very big chase down here past the turret. They've really zoned out Fnatic on being able to stop that one, and it looks like against all odds we'll be able to tie the turret score at 1-1 here at 18 minutes and 30 seconds into the matchup. Top Malzahar is being thwarted into the bush, trying to lose the vision, but Clairvoyance goes down. The null zone is missed, and he may be able to flash out of this one, taking a lay waste, but he lives with just about 100 HP left. It's going to be a big focus fight here, and it looks like Karthus will be ulted on. He is still alive, and he will be able to cast for an amount of time. Will Sowers go down? Momo will definitely go down. Sowers living, and Warwick could come in with the suppression. Will he be able to take him out? Popped up, and he stops the Warwick ultimate. Cyanide being thwarted right inside the turret range. Will he be able to take him out? Was this a bad decision for Cyanide? And a beautiful job by Linnak coming in to save the life of Aurelia. Amazing gameplay and team communication there in top lane.
Yeah, that was really, really glorious. And even all the wild AAA Yellow Star pushing mid lane, doing some nice damage. Still to Sheen and Doran's Blade has had those for the last 7 minutes or so. Big One Missile coming out, continuing to spam down on these minions. And yeah, it's not really heavy for Ashe. He would probably lose a 1v1 if Corki had mana. The fact that he doesn't means he's just an auto attack bot. And they're pretty actually equally matched in those roles. So we'll see how that ends up playing out. Certainly, Yellow Star farming out lots of minions. You can see he's got 183 to Ashe's 130. Yeah, that's a gold difference there. That's a bit of a differential, I think.
Just a tad.
Just a little. So Fnatic, Sona alone. Soaz could jump for this. Will not quite jump out of melee. Sona was close, but because she didn't have boots. She didn't have boots. Could get chased down.
Yeah, he's going for that gold per time item, that Heart of Gold, as obviously not getting a lot of kills. The European game for supports is, like Daniel Xenon said, is really not to have almost any by the end of the game. Usually it's around 30 or 15 to 30, and that means that your support is really getting the money that they need, the last hits that they need, and you can see both bottom supports do have the greater amount of creep score in the game, and as you said, Corki just dominating on that at this point. Darvin going ahead and going to grab his blue. I don't think that's going to be any donation, as he will be picked. Actually, yes, he will. He is waiting for it. It seems like Malzahar to come up. Yes, very nice job. He's going to continue to run that blue around until he comes, usually taking the damage. It won't do much for him. Null zone able to take down blue buff, and Malzahar will comfortably move around the map. Very good play by Against All Authority now, starting to come back after that 3-kill fight, or 2-kill fight, as it is 5-3 now at 20 minutes as we press that 21-minute mark. Only 300 gold separates these teams.
Wow, 300 gold for all that. The first blood, the turret kills, the dragon, everything.
Yeah.
300 gold apart. These teams could not be, I mean, I guess they could be, it could be 0 gold, but I mean, for the most part, could not be more equally stacked right now. This Aurelia actually sitting with the Phage and actually going for a Wit's End early. Definitely anti-magic right here, and wow, Fnatic for a dragon will ward down. They have the oracles on Melisson. Pink ward comes down. That means they can clear this ward out pretty safely, and Fnatic must face check that pressure through that ward. That's really powerful for AAA. Even without oracles, they can have ward control. And let's see what they can do here. The walls are out. Looks like they're going to play safe, so I was going to back off. And wow, Fnatic's just going to go for that.
Yep.
And AAA's going to go for a turret instead.
Yeah.
That's pretty smart.
Well, gold for gold there, and it's going to be experienced. The Ash Arrow coming out, hitting, and we are going to have to see who takes the brunt of this force. A lot of damage going down to XPK. Karthus is put out of the fight already. They are going to have to get out of that wake and try to fight separately from that, which will separate the team. Karthus ult coming down, doing a ton of damage. Moma focused on this one. He does have the blood scent on. Warwick able to get there. Moma trying to do something, but he goes down as you saw Warwick take him, and the blood scent is just going to stop. A very nice sear through the side of the wall from Shushay. Great skill shot direction and very nice reflexes to get that kill in their favor, leaving only 2 members of Against All Authority up in a 3v2 battle. You know, Fnatic still lost some there, but the gold advantage really going in favor of Fnatic on that one. And now it's only worth in between 100 as the dragon was taken, the turret was taken, and those kills with people having a few kills in a row, you're going to be worth more money, and that's really what's just making this game so close. 8-5 is the overall kill score now. Corki, Yellowstar getting back in the game in the next 3 seconds. Everybody's going to be back to full 5, and we will have more action for you as they return to the lane phase. Brand up top trying to save the turret. Shushay just doing what he can to build himself up. He has a blasting wand and the needlessly large rod, so we're going to see that Rabadon's coming out quite quickly with the Banshee's Veil finish from that Catalyst Protector, and there is the Rabadon's, and he goes for the ability tome. So AP just really are going to be big for 258 for Brand.
Yeah, so let's see. You're right. 400 gold now separating the teams. Looks like Fnatic picked up a good number of gold in the middle there. Oh, wow. AAA will actually steal the golem away, though, so smart by them. We'll get one of those main advantages. Looks like they're going to run down and grab Blizzard buff as well for Corki. Yellowstar actually not going Trinity, or not going Manamune, but just a fast Trinity Force. Sold one of the Dorns would help complete that. I think that's a really smart idea, because when you have a big fire like Triforce, you do not want to delay that by any means. You never know when a teammate's going to show up and do something to you. So Yellowstar wearing a Lizard buff. Looks like that Lizard's going to go over to Cyanide, and they're not going to actually donate that to Ashe. Actually, no, they are not going to donate to Ashe, so Ashe will be by herself just for standard slow abilities. That's fine. She has Infinity Edge, so the 2 range carries from both teams have completed their first major core item, Infinity Edge on Ashe, Trinity Force on Corki. They cost almost the exact same, and Fnatic still getting ready to do some awesome stuff. This turret is so low, and AAA actually gave it away. They actually could have stopped that, but the Ash Arrow coming by. Here comes the team on the left-hand side, and that is damage on the Corki. Corki will fall. They're not going to keep trying to chase down. Will they be able to catch up on Kuja? A slow will land, but up there is Jarvan, who's going to try to blow up Melisson. Can he get it? He's got Orko, who's getting healed by himself. Yes, Leonard will pick that one up. Lenny is out kind of low. Leonard going to be saved by Janna, but the rest of the team coming in. Shushay going to not hit a W. Going to keep chasing down to Soros, but Soros looks pretty safe right now. 1 kill per side. Yellowstar dying is not great, but they did manage to kill the Oracles off of Melisson, so even though that global gold looks about 1,000 apart, extra 400 on that Oracles is harsh right there. Janna has not died and has not bought Oracles, but the Sona has died, and that was a death with an Oracle, so that is another free 400 gold on one side. The other has not spent.
Fnatic with pretty good lane dominance right now with the amount of minions they have pouring out of their base. Top lane seems to be pushed pretty good as they have another minion wave just cresting the bend at the top left of the map that's going to stop any of the minions from coming out on Against All Authority side. So they definitely have some time to go for the split push if they want to. That bottom turret is actually taking no damage, so it's not going to be too big of a focus at this point as Fnatic just looks for the next team fight and really getting a lot of help from Melisson with the burst heal and the Oracles to now clear out the map going over, and yes, we do see Kuja has grabbed that Oracle. The tables will be turned on the next teleport fight that Against All Authority can really initiate. That is where they are shining, and that is where they're able to shut down the Fnatic offense during these fights.
Yeah, so let's see what these guys can do. Fnatic is ready to go in up against the Baron, actually. They're going to clear out some wards. Actually, there aren't any there. The Clairvoyants did reveal where they were. That is fine, but they're in pretty good shape as soon as Melisson reveals that ward, and looks like that will happen. So Fnatic in great shape once more. They are ahead by about 400 gold, and they're going to start taking on this Golem. So both sides actually will have gotten a Golem steal if this does pull on through. AAA, they're getting ready to push through to mid. They don't care about Golem. They care about killing turrets, and that's going to be pretty strong. No, they will turn back and actually go for the block on this. Looks like Warwick is going to get the credit there. And this could be a team fight very, very shortly. Rockets coming out
Ooh.
from Corki. And they're getting ready to initiate the wall comes out. The arrow's going to land on a yellow star. He will not cleanse it. And here comes the fight. Jarvan in the middle, jumping onto Warwick, getting pushed back. PK getting pressurized right there. Yellow star getting the credit there. They're going to jump onto this. Aurelia will die. The Cardinals are going off, not getting a kill, but getting them low. Can they pick up Moma? He is the one in front, but wow, Shushay dropping to Moma. And now Cyanide having to run away. Leonak doing a good job here. They're still chasing down. Jana getting the slow off. They're trying to run away. 1 kill versus 2. AAA did come out ahead there, bringing that now 300 gold in their favor. They're now winning this game, and this is one of the first few times they've had that this game, so this game could not be more close. 27 minutes in, 8-10 the kill score, 400 gold separate these teams.
Now about a minute and we're going to see Dragon come back up again. Melisande looking for any wards to see if that is going to assist against All Authority from coming in and trying to take that away from them. They do have time to back. Melisande will do that. Probably going to pick up Mana Crystal. Definitely trying to finish some of the items that he has. And we're going to see with Cyanide just clearing the top lane here. Janna going into her jungle. Kuja trying to clear out some wards here. And we'll see what Sona picked up. She did not. She actually grabbed a different item, not the Mana Crystal, and they're going to be continuing to return to lane. XPK farming up with his Wake, and we are going to see them congregating in mid here as they gather together, pushing up the top, or pushing up to the middle of the lane and really towards the breach. The arrow goes out, and that was kind of out in the open. So has had a lot of time to see that arrow. Not too bad. The Ashe arrow does come up quite quickly. It's only about a 60-second cooldown.
Yeah, that's not too bad. It's 75, just to correct you real quick, just saying. But Ashe going for the Phantom Dancer pretty soon is almost close on that Zeal. They will get a turret out of this, so Fnatic putting themselves back into the lead just ever so slightly. They do have the Oracles back onto Melisande. That is going to be fine. And they're going to move over and check for Dragon. And Dragon is, of course, up. It's going to be really great for Fnatic. They've equalized. Actually, they've come ahead in turrets 3-2 and now going to take a Dragon to give themselves a nice lead here by over 1,000. And there we go. They're going to get that one for free. They're going to have to be careful. That wall is down from Karthus. That will separate AAA and make them not chase down. They're going to get their own Golem now here. That is good for them. They're really going to need that one. And that's going to be going to Shushay, most likely on brand.
Pushing in the middle here. They do not like the fact that they lost that Dragon again. Last time they lost the Dragon, they went straight for a turret, and it seems like they're going to do the same thing again as they force their way to top. That turret has taken about 500 damage already, and they're going to see what they can do with a nice minion wave right at the bend of the river. I believe they will be able to take this turret, as Fnatic is quite out of place. They got some people backing. It looks like Sona is going to move through the jungle as Melisande and Lamia try to clear out some wards here. Lamia will take his red buff, and they will be able to take this top turret quite handily as they gain themselves 150 gold, and that will pretty much rebuttal the Dragon right there. They're only 300 gold apart right now, 3-3 on the turrets. We're coming up to a 30-minute mark in this game. An amazing second game, as they have all shown to be really intense, and nothing to be wasted here. Everybody's leaving everything on the battlefield, and everyone is going to be playing 110% of confidence, and this is just either team's game. Like we said, match point here in the Season 1 Championship. One of these teams is taking home $50,000.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Certainly they are at least all guaranteed second place, but this is going to be super, super close. This is, I think, the closest we've actually seen. We're actually kept neck and neck the entire time. The advantages evaporated within 4 minutes every time they were built. And, I mean, I can't call this one anymore. I thought it was going to be Fnatic easily, but not a chance. It's going to be so incredibly hard fought. I have no idea.
Yeah, they're both doing a really good job at controlling their lanes. Fnatic has a pretty good push game going on. All turrets are almost dropped identically, but that bottom turret for against All Authority is still standing with just about 100 HP on it. Still 0 actually gold is in difference right now between the teams. Both have 40,200 gold, and we will see what they can do as they begin to move in. Most of the items being finished here. The Infinity Edge for Ashe, as we said, the Triforce coming into the hands of Corki. 244 creep score there, as Ashe is not even catching up at 169.
Wow. Yeah, that farm advantage is going to be massive. But certainly they still have 2 people at 200-something on that brand. Oh, but he's going to get caught. Pika having to flash backwards away from Leonak. Leonak not going to land a knock-up either, but Shushay in bad shape. The dance comes out from Sona. It's time for the AoE spam. Can they get the damage out? But Shushay is low. They do not have Ashe. Hopefully that arrow will come out soon and try to keep them alive. Looks like AAA will not pick up anything for that 5v4 and Great Initiate. The Summoner is getting blown by Fnatic, but they're going to be okay. But against All Authority, going to wait for their next minion wave, and they're going to go for this. Sona and Warwick, the only ones there, going to have to give up that turret.
Great damage.
Waiting for the mages to heal and going to try to defend their inhibitor turret instead, but AAA putting a nice advantage there. Now ahead by 400 gold, taking that advantage back for themselves. The 7th time that lead has shifted, and they're going to move towards Baron as well, just to be cheeky.
Kuja doing a very great job of clearing wards. That's 2 within the last 30 seconds for him. And, you know, that's really discouraging for a Fnatic at this time. We're going to see that they have 1 ward on deck to be placed. 0 wards actually on the place of against all authority. They want to go ahead and get all the wards taken out before they put any down and just give away that they are trying to place wards. And Freak, I think we are going to see a rush Baron here, and they will be able to get it. Everybody is out of place. They really don't have any vision on against all authority right now. So a very good 6th sense of being able to take this, and it looks like they will be able to grab it.
Yep, they do see him coming, but it's going to be a little too late. They have gotten the Baron grab, and here we go. The fight is on. The arrow is good. The ult, unfortunately, whips from Bran. Leonak in the front. Soaz has dove onto lamiaZell. They should go for Soaz. He will flash over the wall. Not be able to reinitiate very well, but Fnatic stuck in the back in this Baron pit. PK getting extremely low. They're trying to kill Leonak. Will they get this one? Looks like they will pick that one up, but now looks like the deaths are about to come in. lamiaZell getting crushed by Soaz. Soaz will fall first. Yellowstar running away to the left-hand side, and now they're going to jump onto Kuja. Kuja will fall. Everyone's still alive from Fnatic. 3 dead from AAA. Malzahar will blue pill back, and now Corki getting caught. No. Shushay picking that one up. 4+ Baron for nothing. Only 3,000 gold ahead. PK somehow staying alive throughout that fight. Great support from that team. Warwick going to steal the blue buff, and they are moving on to kill some turrets. They have about 20 seconds until any major revives. This Jarvan cannot defend by himself. And Fnatic is ready to go on this. They're going to clear out these minions super, super fast. They're ready to go onto this turret. Now they have a wave here. They're going to have a great chance at this.
Yeah, doing a really good job of continuously pursuing the cat and mouse game of finding everybody that was in that fight. As you said, a Baron and 4 for nothing. They had no opposition there, and that was really what Fnatic needed. They've kind of been inching this game out in their favor. As I said, the lane phase is kind of going into their favor. All the turrets are down in their mid lane. All the turrets are down in AAA's mid lane, but that Baron is really going to give them upper hand as well as the 4 kills they got. The gold finally being having some difference now. 3,200 gold being the difference at this time. 4-4 still on turrets, 14-8 in kills, so both teams are still quite close. And you know what, this is still anybody's game, even though that Baron fight just happened. But however, the upper hand now if they try to initiate again with Baron to Fnatic.
Yeah, let's see what they can do. Fnatic going to grab the Golem buff for himself. That's really nice for him. He's going to just be able to solo that one. Shushay with a lot of ability power, 391 on him. PK, his teammate, oops, misclicked there, 462. That guy is far for a guy who dies every fight.
And the Void Staff, that's going to hurt.
And of course the Void Staff on both, no, actually not on Shushay, so he's actually going to be doing much less damage. Dragon should be respawning in the near future. Fnatic is waiting around for that. Of course, they have Baron buffs, so AAA will not try to defend that. And as soon as that Dragon goes down, they can push down 2 easy turrets at that bottom lane. Still waiting around. They're going to come in here. Yeah, I'm going to laugh if Shushay gets a W. Nope, he will not do that, but they will get this Dragon in about 2 seconds flat. 190 gold apiece, and they're going to push bottom lane, and AAA is going to have to let them do it.
Yeah, as you called it, they're going to go ahead and go for these lanes. Now seeing that everybody is bottom, they may go for a quick push in middle here. They're not really worried about it. They do have a pretty good minion wave behind them.
They're going to go for the race.
Yeah, right. They're going to go for the race, but they have 2 turrets on that bottom lane and a good CV there. And that did come out of the hands of Kuja just to make sure they were safe as they were going back. We are going to see Fnatic pull back as well, set up a little bit of defense, clear these minion waves, push again, and try and grab an inhibitor. They really need to do something with this Baron. It's not going to last for too much longer, maybe a minute and a half, so they are going to have to make something happen.
Yeah, Fnatic going to want to shove their waves out. They don't want to get backdoored. We saw what happened there when AAA fought TSM, and they know, hey, this game means everything. We can't win a couple more games, so they don't want to risk a game and lose a base race in a game that they are certainly winning right now. So they're going to shove the lanes out. I still think they should push bottom. I still think they should push when they have Baron, but they should shove the lanes first. It's going to make that backdoor base race that much harder. They're going to have to actually wait for minions, wait to crush through those every single time. And killing buildings on a backdoor does take quite some time, especially when you have a Warwick on your team and a Sona giving you those nice damage, or is helping you kill those buildings even faster.
You'll see 2 in middle. That's Linak and Sauz. They're just kind of keeping each other protected as they make sure that nobody's really going to be able to roam through their jungle. Pretty good ward placement. 2 wards actually put in the right side of the jungle for that is AAA. They're making sure that their buffs are safe, as well as one on the left side. Very smart game. And as I said, as your buffs come up, you want to grab them so the opponent does not.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty good for them here. Fnatic going to group up in mid. Karth is still far away. I think it's a bit of a mistake because they could always get jumped on. Certainly they're not against Ashe, but still that Jarvan, that Malzahar, there is a lot of pin available on that team, and you don't really want to get yourselves pushed into a fight that you can't quite win. The top lane's still actually really good for AAA, so those minions can push down slowly but surely across the map. They're going to move towards top and not go for it too heavily. Looks like Fnatic will be jumping towards the bottom lane. This should be a very easy turret kill for them. Yep, they're going to let Warwick tank that one out. He's got a Thornmail already. He's nice and beefy against his team. And again, AAA is looking to push through mid instead of defending. The rest of the team will come down as Aurelia will shove out the lane, but she does have the recall coming soon. Fnatic will wait for their minions and maybe go for another turret. They are not going to get initiated on just yet. They're going to go for the damage output. And here we go. The Ashe are going to hit onto Jarvan. They're going to keep moving on. Pika going to land a nice wall. They should go for this turret first. The teleport coming in from Aurelia, and here we go. This fight is going to mean a lot. Pika in the front, going to let himself die. The flash comes in. He's actually not going to go down just yet. Jarvan jumping in there, but hasn't gotten a kill. PK will fall. Jarvan will fall, though, as well. And here we go. The ult coming in from Karthus. It's a 4v4. Aurelia going to try to kill down these minions. Will do so successfully, but it's Fnatic with 4 members strong. Karthus will revive in the next 45 seconds. And that 4v4, great for Lamia Zealot, putting out nice damage on this turret, is doing doing very well here. And so it's a mage, a tank, a support, and a ranged DPS versus a mage, a tanky DPS, a support, and where's Corky? There we go, the ranged DPS in there. So no big tank for AAA. Oh wow, the nice damage out there on Lamia Zealot, but he will cleanse that away. Yo, start getting blown up by a Brand right there. One more tick will hurt him, and Cyanide at 5 will pick that one up as Warwick. A great flash, picking that one. And Aurelia gets stunned, but Cyanide still getting low, getting chased down by Aurelia. Shushe having to flash, almost dies to a turret. He will die to a turret. Cyanide goes down as well. A good switch back there. Lamia Zealot and Melisande having to run away right there, so as doing a wonderful job keeping themselves alive. And they picked up 2 at the end there, just for Corky.
Very risky dive, losing 3 players on that, as Corky was the only one to go down. Was it worth it? Like I said, anybody's game, things like that can really turn the tide of what's happening. And we now see 50,000 gold in favor of Against All Authority, 55,000 gold in favor of Fnatic, getting those last few turrets, and the Dragon Control has really put them ahead in the gold game. And a lot of their builds being finished up here. Void Staffs, Rabadons, and the Rod of Ages in the hands of Karthus. Another Rabadons and a Void Staff in the hands of Brand, and that is huge nuke damage that Brand can put out in a team fight, especially if the 5 bounce of his ultimate is just within the other team and not minions.
Yeah, I think ultimately the fight wasn't so bad for them to dive. I mean, killing Corky is always cool. The one thing that's actually not too bad for that was Shushe died in an executed, where he actually went in and died to the turret, and there was no assist. And because of that flash, he died out around here, and I don't think anyone was quite in range to get XP. So Shushe might have gotten to die for free without losing anything. And ultimately, the fight went okay. They did manage to kill both bottom turrets, so they did do pretty all right there. They won the fight before that as well. So the trade ended up being a little bit in Fnatic's favor overall. They are up 6,000 gold here, which is starting to become a pretty big deal. The Baron is up. Last one they got for free. This one's going to be much more contended. Looks like the Baron buff going to go to Moma. And interesting, you know, both teams with champions don't really require Golem, but still giving it to their mages.
As they're pushing in mid quite quickly. Karthus is going to turn on the wake, and he's just going to go ahead and turn that off. They have 5 in mid now. Let's see what they can do with this. A few Banshees Veil around, and both of them broken right there. Very nice job by Corky. Yellowstar doing what he can to assist his team in the facilitation of this fight, and it looks like they will back off. Will they be going for it again? This could be a forced fight at Baron, and we're going to have to see how Fnatic takes to this, as Against All 30 will probably not let them get this right away, or will they? They're going to force them to come back to middle, and they are finding him on that right side. The ultimate going out, not somebody they want to focus on. Crystalero wasted onto Linak, and we're going to see who's going to be able to do the most damage here. Sona throwing out the crescendo. They will be just dancing around. They're going to focus Aurelia here, and they go for the suppression, but she gets the stun on Warwick right as he does his ultimate. She falls down in the null zone. A very nice job by Brand. Lamia taking down Linak, and it looks like 3 have now fallen for AAA. Moma also going down. Huge damage. There goes Corky. Could they go for the ace? Warwick will find it, and this could be a final push for Fnatic. Will they be able to take this one? It is 40 seconds, 34 for Jarvan to come up on this. They're going to be able to go straight for that bottom turret. It does not have much health. They don't have too much of a minion wave. It is pushed up all the way in that bottom lane, so they may have to hold off on this, and Against All 30 may get a second chance.
Yeah, they got 30 seconds till the revives, 20 on Jarvan, but they're going to get one turret, one inhibitor. They have a giant minion wave up top. They might go for that. They might go for the Nexus. I don't think they should go for the Nexus.
Right.
They will rejoin their minions up top. They've got 10 seconds to get pretty much a free inhibitor, and I think they'll get this one. So they'll get 2 inhibs for nothing. That will give them the map positioning to get a Baron most likely, because they're going to have to defend their Nexus. The Jarvan will respawn right now, but they've got 10 seconds. He cannot 1v5, and they will get an inhibitor out of this. They should back up by all rights. They don't want to risk that one out, but that ace was huge for them. They got a large portion of the base destroyed.
You know, even initiating that arrow onto Jarvan, they were still able to focus correctly after that. Not worry about it. Jarvan was forced back. They went right for Aurelia. She was taking good damage, and they continued to do that. And then down in the null zone, that percentage damage, as I've said before, just being so huge, especially, you know, depending on your HP. And Aurelia has a lot, known as that tanky character, and a very good fight. aAA now, you know, really needs to come back in this one. They are definitely down at this point. It is going to be 9,000 gold in favor of Fnatic, 8-4 in turrets, 4 turrets in favor of Fnatic as well. 42 minutes into the game, Baron is a possibility for both teams, and that may be our next fight initiation.
It should almost definitely be Baron for these guys. And the cool thing they have here, well, so these are the best 2 inhibitors to lose if you are AAA, because they're going to fight different turrets. Top lane's going to fight this one, bottom lane's going to fight this one. Well, they'll come in at the same time. Both those turrets will be able to regenerate, so they can, for at least a short time, their Nexus can hold itself. Even against 2 dead inhibitors, it will hold itself for a couple of minutes. You don't want to leave it there forever, but certainly they have the chance to come in and fight against Baron and not lose their base for it. That said, as soon as they see AAA on the bottom side of the map, Fnatic should go for the Baron, and that is what they are doing actually right now. They're all running up there, and look at the map positioning. All of AAA on the bottom half of the map, and they're going to go for this, and we're just going to watch, because AAA does not have a lot of vision. There's the ping. They know that they're going to go for it, and they're going to start running up this chain, but we're going to keep the suspense in as AAA will walk up across the map. They have found Fnatic. They're going to come into this fight, and there we go. The battle will start. Demacia is yelled. Linak in front, going to take some damage. Momo already blowing up PK, and Linak actually living right here. What will the damage be? Soa's in the front. Soa's going to take a lot of damage. Will not quite yet die. Momo getting blown up by Shushe. That will be a kill, and that's a looks like 2 for 1. Yellowstar getting away. Linak, no health. Kuja quite down as well. Shushe going to land the W, missing the Q, but Ashe lands a slow. Can Kuja fall? Minions are in the base as well. Looks like they're just going to stop and go for the inhibitor instead. Cyanide will face tank this turret. The team is nearby. PK's dead, but there are 2 dead opponents, and the rest are healing. So they're going to get this turret. They're going to move on to the inhibitor. They have super minions in the base. Turrets are low. They're going to get the inhib, and they're going to keep moving forward. 4v3 in the enemy base. Jana will shield the turret. They're just going to jump onto this turret right now. Cyanide FI taking the damage. He's going to be okay with this. 1 turret is down. They're going to back off for now. Linak taking a lot of damage from Ashe. 300 damage. Crits are out there. That is 1 turret dead, 2nd turret dead. Fnatic going to win the Season 1 championship if they can hold on. This Nexus will go down. Congratulations to Fnatic winning the Season 1. GG.
GG indeed.
Well played.
Showing strong, able to come out, having to use a sub in the beginning because of delayed fights, and still keeping their composure with We Will Failure, and then getting XPK as
failure.
We Will Failure.
That's failure. You said failure.
I said failure.
Okay.
Yes. They're coming out strong now as, you know, XPK able to come in 6, 6, and 13 as they go for the Demacia cry on the victory. $50,000 to the hands of Fnatic. $25,000 as a losing prize going to the hands of Against All 30. I'd take that any day. And they played an amazing game. Europe showing very strong in all aspects of the game of League of Legends. You know, coming out here to Almia, the convention center at DreamHack in Jönköping, Sweden, playing their hearts out. All these teams coming from around the world to participate in this tournament, and Fnatic showing why they should be representing the Season 1 championship as the victors.
Yeah, super great play from these guys. I mean, this was a great game. I couldn't have asked for a better final. I mean, the base race, almost a cheesy way to lose a series. I think I'm glad that wasn't the last game of the series. But this game was super close, super well fought. Fnatic came out ahead. AAA brought it back. Fnatic came ahead. AAA brought it back. This was really an edge of your seat type of game. This was definitely a worthy championship match, and this played out beautifully. We finally got, you know, all the games played. AAA did manage to come in there and say, hey, you know, we're going to win game 1. We're going to make it close for you guys. The second game, super tense. But Fnatic did come all the way through and I think they deserved it, absolutely.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, you can't say it enough. They really came out strong. They've had great play the entire time. Like they said, you know, it took them a little bit to get used to their backups that they aren't used to using. A lot of AP coming out of that team as well. A good amount of damage coming out of Warwick. So much burst from the end ultimate, or the ultimate in general from XPK. And Brand just being able to throw down so much. Shushay, just really the MVP of the tournament here. Congratulations to him for playing so well. But as we said before, it's not just Shushay. It was the team that makes the MVP as well.
Oh, yeah. That was definitely a team effort, a very, very much team effort. Glorious from these guys. I mean, absolutely wonderful play. No one made any real major mistakes in the winning team. They really did deserve this series. They really did deserve this tournament. And I mean, they must be just so happy right now.
Yeah, you know, against all authority, also a team to be reckoned with from here on out, and will definitely be headhunting in the next season as we come up for Season 2 quite soon here. No date set on that, but I'm sure everybody is going to be involved in this one, knowing now League of Legends becoming one of the biggest esports in the globe, and everybody is going to be participating. It is free. Get yourself in the game and get yourself a summoner.
Get yourself a summoner. Get yourself in the game. Absolutely correct. Get those games played. I'm honestly just, I don't even know what to say right now. It's 2 in the morning.
There's so much action and so much intensity. These games being played all weekend long. Everybody giving it their all. Southeast Asia coming in strong in their own groups. But as we said, you know, even North America wasn't even able to play the European teams a lot, so they weren't able to know what the kind of metagame they were bringing and what kind of just overall game they were bringing. And Southeast Asia wasn't ready for that. They will be next year, so we'll see a lot more teams. We're gonna have Korea coming in, possibly China coming in, and it's just going to be such a bigger cultivation of what's going to happen for Season 2. We're going to have so many more teams participating, and I think Fnatic may even get a run for their money next year, but they will definitely be one of the top contenders as well. Taking the Season 1, the North American CLG team, taking it last year, doing very good in the tournament, being thwarted out as well. So a lot of upsets coming in for people, a lot of things that we didn't think were happen. A great job by Against All Authority, pulling themselves out of the loser bracket to bring it to a 1-to-1 game point against Fnatic, showing that they can stand true with the top team in the world of League of Legends. But Fnatic just with inching it out every time in those fights, really winning the laning phase in that game, allowed them to get control of a lot of the map, allowed a few Barons. That one fight after Baron, a 4-man loss, and Fnatic was able to take it full advantage of that. The money from Baron, the experience, the 4 kills onto Against All Authority, and a huge turn in the game happened at that point.
Yeah, and even when they were winning so very heavily, you know, they got the 2 inhibitors down. They got such great positioning. There was still a heavy, very close team fight where PK dropped too fast. You know, you want to go in there as Karthus and kind of jump in there and flash and do a lot of damage, but he dropped immediately. And it was a 5v4 from the start. Yeah, he got the ultimate off. Yeah, he got a wall. But, like, that was a 5v4 that his team had to claw through. Otherwise, that really could have been a big turnaround. AAA could have won the game or at least equalized it and gotten an inhibitor of their own if they won that team fight. It was close, but they managed to pull it out with just PK being the loss there, and that was pretty glorious.
You know, a lot of the Ash arrows, again, as Triesco said, being the initiation, and that may have just been, you know, the reason. Against All Authority coming in playing the same head of cards. So Fnatic knew what to do and what not to do against that. They did not have to worry about the random Ash arrow initiation because they were flying all over the map, and they were doing a great job at just shutting down Fnatic when they thought they had the upper hand in lane. Like we saw last time on Janna, you know, it was just able to facilitate a huge fight against Melisande, and it was all the way from mid. We couldn't get over it for about 5 minutes, but Against All Authority was able to do that. It turned what was a 2v3 situation into a 3v or 4v2, and it came out with 3 kills in the end after that Ash arrow because Janna was so far away, and like we said, he only predicted that off of seeing Janna at Wraith, so she had still a half a map to move before being hit by that arrow.
I mean, that was from the base. Like, by the time the arrow hit, she was like half map it. Like, that was just like, I'm going to go for that one. Let's see if it works, and it does, and that was glorious. I mean, granted, that Janna kill was after the team fight ended. It was really just the coordination of Soaz and MoMA, but wow, was that beautiful. And that was the #1 clip of the day. Absolutely. There's no chance that was not just the best play I have seen this tournament. I think it beats the Shushay Alistair jump. That was just literally a 2v3 outplay.
You know, tournaments can't be this good without the sponsors as well. PaySafe Card bringing out the HD stream so you guys can see this all in beautiful HD. This is what it looks like. And we get to show you right here. And you've been watching it the entire time, as well as SteelSeries giving out the mouse pads for the competitors to use, and the Alienware laptops that these guys have just taken the victory on. We're going to head over to the tournament area.
And big ups to Own3D real
yes,
quick.
Yes, Own3D as well, holding the 200,000 viewers, making history here. Everybody a part of that. Let's give these teams a round of applause as they begin their interviews and let us know what was going through their minds as they went through these games.
Yep.
So I'm here with the second place of the Season 1 Championships, of course, against All Authority. Actually, the whole team wanted to join me for this interview. First of all, I'm going to talk to Moma. Moma, when you came into this game, obviously you came from the lower bracket. What were you feeling before anything even started in this grand final?
Well, we knew that it will be very hard for us to win the grand final, because we need to win 2 matches and Fnatic just 1. But we still hope to win the final, and after the first impressive win, we thought we can do it. But Fnatic did a really good match in the second game, and so Fnatic won and we lost.
And Kuja, you know, you went in there, match number 1, you won it. What was the team feeling like after that first match win?
Well, everything that we had planned on the first match went perfectly right. We knew that they were not expecting that Jarvan pick because we don't play it, and the Irelia, they might be expected it, but we tried to play maybe like US style, and it really worked well. And on the first match, it really worked well, the US style in Europe.
What happened in the second game? Talk us through it from your point of view.
Well, everybody did his little mistake, and every one little mistake cost the game. So no one is really to blame, because everybody is to blame.
So you won $25,000, you know, in this tournament. What are you going to spend it on?
Well, I really don't know for the moment.
New skins?
Nah, I already have them all.
Obviously a professional. But obviously Season 2, looking forward to that one. You guys plan to stay together as a team, I hope?
Yeah, we really like each other. We really had a really good time together. Even with our newcomer, Moma. Well, we speak too much French for him sometimes, but we really try to speak English a lot, so he don't feel excluded from the group. But soon there is WCG. We are not doing it with Moma, we are doing it with Tidus that time, and we hope that we will meet most of these players with their country team.
And if there was one team you could lose to, obviously it was Fnatic, but Fnatic the team that, you know, you're happy to lose to in this one?
Yeah, well, we really wanted to prove that Europe was better than USA. I said it. And well, this European final was really already great. And as you told, that was 1-0 for them, since we were coming from the loser bracket. Making 2-0 versus them was a hard thing that we already made in the DreamHack qualifiers. Maybe not doing it twice, but there was a great match.
Well, congratulations on your second place, guys. We're going to go over to Karen, who's with 5 members of Fnatic and Gragas.
Carrie Bear here, and I'm here with our Season 1 champions, Team Fnatic. Great job, congratulations. That was an amazing match. Now, that was just so amazing. So, what was your strategy going into that match?
What, maybe first? Oh, what? Why me? I don't know. What the fuck? I don't want to talk. Well, the first game, we didn't expect them to pick Jarvan. We have been picking it all the tournament, and when they pick it, they surprised us so much, and we kinda got in panic and picked randoms, and that lost us the first game for sure. After that, the second game, this guy here helped us a bit with the picks and all that, and we kinda managed to get better picks. We did good also, and we won like that.
And that was absolutely amazing. And you know, what would you say was your main advantage in that last match?
Ashe. Ashe. It was Ashe. We got totally owned by Ashe in the first game and with Jarvan, and this time we had Ashe, and she's a good factor there.
Absolutely. And so when did you know that you had won?
When Nexus fell.
That's a pretty good answer.
Exactly.
And you know, just aAA just put up a great, you know, defense against you guys. You know, how awesome were they? Like, they just did a great job, and you know, you guys crushed them, but they also did a great job. So it was a great match for all of us. You know, so overall, what were your favorite moments of DreamHack?
A moment ago, when their Nexus exploded.
How about you?
Oh man, when I arrived, my first match, it was really nice to play it.
Great, and you?
Every single moment with these guys, it's just totally amazing to be with them. I wouldn't imagine a better team than these guys. So.
For me, it was like all the team fights, my support caring for me, the tank taking the damage, my Carvers flashing in just to die so I don't get the ults, Shushay protecting me from Irelia, like really good. My team did really good.
Yeah, probably this moment.
It's a pretty good moment.
Being interviewed by her.
I really liked the second day because, well, even though we didn't have Pekka the first day and Failure jumped in for us, and we made this really great comeback at the second day.
Yeah, it was just so amazing to watch. So, I mean, what are you guys gonna do with your hard-earned cash? What are you gonna spend it on?
I don't know yet.
I'm gonna buy a new guitar, armor actually, because I like role playing, as you can see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and a sword, and a new drum set, and rest I'm gonna keep.
All right, so
I want to like throw a big party for all my friends at home who have like watched all the matches. I got like so many text messages from the university, my brother's friends, everyone just totally supporting us here, sending greetings to the other to the other players as well. It was just amazing, and I'm gonna repay them for that.
awesome. And so just amazing job. Do you guys have any final thoughts, final words for our viewers out there, just to close out season 1 for us?
I wanted also to say hi to the cosplay group. I'm like going every year. It's like a vacation there, 14 days. We are role playing and stuff. And I forgot to mention that before as well. I love you guys. Hi.
Final thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know. I would like to thank my mom because I'm pretty sure she's watching me right now when it's so late, and she doesn't understand me. So can I say it in Spanish actually? Sure. Mamá, sé que me estás viendo ahora mismo. No sé qué decir, bueno, espero que estés orgullosa de esto y un saludo a todos los españoles también por verme y esperar esto. Pues gracias.
Wow, what you say? That I actually didn't expect that DreamHack would have been this awesome. Really, like this place is just crazy. It's like humongous, and there's like so much free stuff and so much to do. I actually didn't expect that a LAN party could be this great. So, great thanks to DreamHack to let League of Legends play here. That's like totally awesome.
Thank you guys. And final thoughts over here?
Yeah, I want to say greetings to Sir6 in Germany and all to my friends in Finland. And I want to thank all the sponsors, MSI, SteelSeries, ESO, Bigfoot Networks, and RageCall.
Yeah, DreamHack was just an awesome event. It was my first time here and never been to such a big LAN event. Just awesome.
Great, thank you. And did you have anything? Or? All right, well, thank you guys so much. Go and savor your victory, and I'm going to throw it back to the Shoutcasters.
Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to have the winner's ceremony in just a moment. It's going to be coming up next, but I'm almost speechless. These are such great games. It was so much fun to be here.
Amazing.
You know, my own closing thoughts. I think this is the best tournament I've been a part of personally, as a player, as a commentator, working for the game. This was phenomenal, and it was the people here in the audience in the Dream Arena out there. Hi. Rivington, Daniel, Joe, great commentators. Everyone else from Riot who put on. Oh, thank you. Everyone else who put on such a great show. Hopefully, you guys, you know, if you're online, you enjoyed the website and the coverage there. The people who are making jokes and memes on the forums. Everyone who was a part of this. It made it such a wonderful, wonderful experience. Thank you all for being a part of this. The players putting on phenomenal games. I was so worried we'd be like 35 minutes, no first blood, people going 5-4 to 5, something, you know.
Yeah.
None of that happened. The games were, we had better games than I would have imagined. We had a base race in the winter bracket semis. Like, ridiculous things happened this tournament, and they were all freaking great.
They're so amazing, and everybody deserves an absolutely giant, a big GG. And I think everybody here should give these teams one big round of applause before we go to this award ceremony, as well as you for participating here, breaking and making history with the amount of viewers that we had that wanted to participate in this as well. We're so glad you could make it, and we're so glad you could watch, and thank you so much for watching as well. Let's head over to Tamit and Daniel Klein at Xenon for the award ceremony.
Hello everyone and welcome to the award ceremony. To all of you here in the audience, everyone in Dream Arena, and over the 200,000 people watching from around the world. It's been an amazing event and we're so glad to wrap it up. I'm Andrew Beagle.
And I'm Daniel Klein right here with a little bit of my voice left over. Andrew, what an amazing tournament. I cannot believe it.
I'll tell you what, my heart has never beat so hard than in that last game. It was anyone's game and it was a true testament of skill on both sides. So glad it's over, but I kind of wanted to continue at the same time.
And I think we should just start talking about the third place team right now. They came in here as clearly the favorites from North America for sure. Yeah. Built around a great fan site. Just a quick shout out to them, solomid.net. Wonderful place for watching streams and so on. Great fan site right there. And everybody was certain that they were going to take it for North America. And well, they did place very highly. They did really well. Tell us who they are.
I'll tell you what, let's just bring them out. Team Solo Mid in third place, going to be presented their check by Matt Marcoux. Let's bring them out right now. That was a lot of numbers on that check.
Oh yeah, I believe that. So, based on my math, I believe that means that is a big check. That is money.
That's at least a drum set and a guitar. I'm not sure about the armor though. And I think we got some more checks with bigger numbers on it, so let's talk about that.
Let's go on to the next team, and they qualified as the first seed in Europe, and everyone in Europe was like, yep, they got it, they're going to take this. And their performance after a slight hiccup in the first group phase was amazing. And just a moment ago we still saw them, and it was anybody's game until, really, like Chushi just said, until the Nexus exploded, anyone could have taken this game.
Absolutely, and I think for all of you watching at home, it was clear to see that this was a truly balanced tournament. You know, it went back and forth, and the skill in every team was just so very balanced.
Yes, and mostly French team. They now have one German member on it. They did really well in this tournament. The only one who could really stop them was obviously the team that would go on to take first place. But
Absolutely.
Let's bring them out right now, Andrew.
Let's go ahead and bring them out. They look like they want to check. Against All Authority, presented again by Matt Marcoux. Thanks, guys. Congratulations. You guys played great.
Wow. And those last two games, incredible. And now we have one team left to go. Everybody knows who they are already. But
do they need an introduction?
Well, let's just go through what they went through on their way here. First day, they did not play with their full lineup. They had to play with a substitute. They took third place barely in their group. Everybody was like, oh God, are they out?
I mean, they were almost out. They were on the verge. They were one game away from going home, and they came back to win it all.
And as we just heard, their sixth actually, until the very, very end, had a very big part in helping them pick and ban. And it's one team, and you could just hear it, that they love each other, and they're one strong team that plays together and wins or loses together.
I'll tell you what, let's do a barrel roll and bring them out here.
Let's do that.
Fnatic, come on out! Fnatic.
All right. Before we wrap this up, I want to say a few words to the crowd gathered here for the award ceremony and to all the fans online. It's hard to believe that nearly 11 months ago we announced this season 1. Season 1 came with new features, new champions, and of course our announcement of this $100,000 tournament. So it's only fitting that here now today, we present a new feature, spectator mode, and we present that 100 grand check to our new and first ever League of Legends World Champions, Team Fnatic. Now, I'm sure this is a really memorable and special day for them, but I want to focus on what kind of memorable memories we created this weekend. This weekend, we saw some of the most amazing matches in League of Legends history. That's undeniable. We also saw the passion and spirit of these competitors. We saw their sportsmanship. We saw their souls. And we also got to see a glimpse of our fans, the people who support these players and support them and watch them and aspire to do the kind of things they do. And finally, it goes without saying, we saw the amazing turnout by the League of Legends community. This match had almost 210,000 concurrent viewers on it, which is absolutely astounding. Yeah. And furthermore, there was well over 1 million unique people who watched these events this weekend. It's absolutely phenomenal. This event was months of hard work by a lot of people at Riot Games and months of effort from all these competitive players. And you know what? We were thrilled to do it. Absolutely do it for our fans in the League of Legends community. And I'll tell you what, we're so thrilled to do it that we're going to do it again for Season 2. So on behalf of Riot Games and all the talented competitors here, I want to say thank you to the audience, thank you to the fans of League of Legends. And Karen, take us away.
Wow, what an amazing year. We started in July, we're ending here in June. Fnatic taking the championship. That was amazing.
It was a truly amazing year, and it's just so nice to have it come to the end. But we're just getting started, and Season 2 is going to be fantastic.
Thanks to all of our teams representing North America, Europe, and Asia. Thanks to our viewers on our live stream all around the world. Thanks to everybody watching here in Sweden. Thank you to DreamHack, our production staff, and everyone else who's helped us out. It's been an amazing end of our Season 1. And like Tabit said, we're just getting started. Season 2 is going to be amazing.
Absolutely. And thank you to everyone at home. You've really made this event such an overwhelming success. We thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next year.
And I'm Carrie Bear.
I'm Tamit, and we'll see you there.
And good night.
Good night.